Man, that is a tough pill to swallow. Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning into another video. Oh, the Devils dropped this one 5-3 to the Philadelphia Flyers at the Rock. And oh man, where do I even begin with this one? I think I'm just going to start by saying that they really didn't look awful. Yeah, you had a couple mishaps, critical mishaps here and there, but most of the play that they had tonight was fairly decent. It definitely deserved a better outcome than it did, but man, this blows. I'm going to be honest, before the Devils scored their first goal, I thought this game and this video especially, I thought I was just going to go on an absolute rant about several different players on this team and their lack of contributions and lack of play. And I mean, it's not like I'm not getting into it, but I thought this video would go in a completely different direction. So let's start off with the first period. The first period, I have to admit, was pretty good. They seem to have dominated most of the play through the first 10-15 minutes of the period, and then that Janssen penalty absolutely killed all momentum this team had in that period. Shocker, the Devils couldn't kill off that penalty, but even after the fact, the Flyers had found their step to a degree and really controlled play through the rest of the first period. The Devils penalty kill doing its thing, giving up another 2 power play goals tonight. So Van Riemsdyk tipped 2 home today as he was sitting in front of the net twice. So Devils penalty kill, it's definitely not gotten better. First goal was a shot from the point, just deflected by Van Riemsdyk, who has nobody around him. It's like they're social distancing from Van Riemsdyk, who has coronavirus, and they don't want to catch it, so they're abiding by guidelines and social distancing. And on the second goal, it seems like that Van Riemsdyk did not get his rapid antigens test results back yet, as he was still being social distanced against in front of the net on the penalty kill. So, and he tips another one home. So now the Devils are down 2-0 early in the second period. Okay, so they gave up 2 power play goals within 6 minutes of each other at the end of the first and the beginning of the second. And this is where I was like, this is going to be a bad video to record. Because up to this point, I had a couple notes in my phone thinking about what I was going to talk about for this video. And I mean, I still can talk about it. 4 players that I think are just absolute dog water, just horrible, horrendous this season. Kyle Palmieri, obliviously horrible. Janssen, before his goal, does absolutely nothing, or his assist or whatever. PK Subban, I just cannot wait until we buy him out or whatever Seattle decides to do with this bozo. I don't even care about him anymore. He's just so washed up. It's like a beached whale, man. And Pavel Zacha, man, where do I begin on this guy? It's really unfortunate because whenever we don't see Pavel Zacha play or we just magically forget how bad he actually is, at least I don't know about other people, but I seem to tend to say, oh yeah, Zacha's not that bad. He could provide a little bit of offense when he needs to. He's a pretty decent defensive forward. No, this guy blows. I cannot wait till these losers are absolutely gone, man. And you know what? Something on Janssen. Maybe the Devils fans and the Devils were just too high on him. He played with such incredible talents like Matthews, Nylander, Marner, Tavares. I mean, he was playing on a stacked team, and he's putting 20 goals a year in the net. maybe we were too high on him because the Devils have absolutely no one. All right, so play continues in the second period, and the Devils have it in their defensive zone. Bastian picks up the puck, flips it, and it's presumed to be an icing, and then Miles Wood just absolutely chugs along, negates the icing, draws a penalty while he's at it. Let's give him credit for that. Passes it in front of the net. McLeod's right there, slaps it right by, and it dribbles right past Elliott for his first NHL goal. Good for Michael McLeod. He totally is overdue for this goal, and congratulations to him. Then a couple minutes later, the Devils come back. Smith has the puck in his own zone, swats it up to Kuokkanen, who's rushing up into the neutral zone, drops it off to Janssen. Wow, Janssen. Does a little holds the puck, curls it to the top of the slot, shoots it, deflects off of Zajac, and now we have a tie game? What? And then we go into the second intermission tied at 2, and then this is definitely a game that I thought we could have easily won. I mean, we had the better of the play, except for a couple little instances here and there, but the Devils were outworking the Flyers. They're definitely a more talented team, but the Devils were working harder, battling for the puck more, causing more offensive turnovers, and just couldn't capitalize. Especially in the third period where they hit 2 posts, not to mention in the beginning of not the beginning, but the middle of the first period, Sharon Govich on a breakaway, great pass from, I think it was Zajac, and he rings it off the post. Imagine if we could have gotten that shoulder, so much weight lifted off our shoulders. But then the Flyers come back in the third period and score 3 unanswered, including an empty net goal. One of them, I think it was the Patrick goal. Wedgwood was just absolutely scrambling around like a cat outside in the middle of grass, just like squirming around and just completely out of position. Looks like that was horrendous. And then the Farabee goal was completely on Ty Smith, passes it to the middle of the defensive zone, hoping it would go to somebody. It deflects off a stick right to Scott Laughlin, puts it on his backhand, shoots it off Wedgwood's pads, and Farabee is there to pot the rebound. I mean, yeah, that goal is mostly Ty Smith, but that rebound was a nice, juicy prime rib sitting there for Joel Farabee. What kind of name is Farabee anyway? And then Provorov's goal was the empty net, and at that point, I kind of just turned off the game, and then I found out that Zacha scored a meaningless goal, and then Kenny's like, "Oh yeah, maybe the Devils can get back in this game." No, Kenny, just stop. I know I touched on it earlier, but I'm really getting sick and tired of Palmieri playing like absolute crap. Something needs to happen with this guy. He's absolutely contributing nothing. Not to mention, is he not only contributing nothing, he is actually being negative, causing offensive turnovers and giving the puck up so easily, making dumb plays, not taking smart shots, trying too many things, and it's just not working. I know he's the alternate captain, and again, he took a dumb penalty in the first period that led to a goal, but you got to consider scratching him. Is that crazy? Listen, I get this team isn't very good, and this is kind of what we've expected to happen, but they're actually playing pretty decently, and Palmieri contributing nothing and just being an overall negative to the team. Why not sit him? He doesn't deserve to play. He hasn't been playing well, and just by keep playing him is rewarding bad play. Something I also thought was interesting is that Lindy Ruff switched up the lines in the middle of the game, and they seemed to kind of worked. Like, I liked Gusev with Hughes and Palmieri. Gusev looked a lot better this game, doing a couple nice moves, getting a couple nice shots off, couple pass to Zacha in the first period where he didn't cash in on it, but I liked that. I liked how Sharon Govich played with Zacha and Merkley. Kuokkanen moved up with Zajac and Janssen. And then Wood playing on the fourth line with Bastion and McLeod. I mean, I like these lines. They seem to have been working, but just stupid mistakes leading to goals. And he was switching up the D pairs too. I don't know how I feel about that. I can't wait till Subban's off this team. I'm so sick of this guy. Severson had a nice game, and Ty Smith really didn't do anything spectacular, but I'm just gonna chalk this up as a terrible loss. And man, just do not do this again on Thursday. I can't handle it. Something I don't know if any of you guys caught, but I didn't even catch it until my dad sent something. But Mackenzie Blackwood does have COVID. It seemed like Scott Wedgwood in an interview was talking about the goaltending situation and how he was like reacting to it, and he said something about like, oh, it's tough when one goalie retires and then the other one gets COVID. So he's insinuating that Mackenzie Blackwood does indeed have COVID, or at least had it, and that's why he's on the COVID list. So we can expect not to see Blackwood for another week. Last thing I'm going to touch up on, and I mean, I don't really like to criticize the refereeing because their job is so tough anyway. That was embarrassing. That was absolutely embarrassing. The cross check on Severson, come on. Drew clearly flopped. Like, and the goalie interference, that was a little questionable, I thought. Patrick gave Palmieri a check into Elliott, and they called it. They were given unbelievable penalties to the Flyers all game and not really calling anything. The Devils only had one power play. Granted, they would have had another power play, but McLeod scored on it, but man, usually the officiating isn't this bad, but this is something that you need to call out. So that'll do it for this video. So thank you if you decided to stay the entire time. Not only should you like and subscribe, you should also comment what you thought of the game, what you thought of the video, and what you thought, what are your thoughts going forward. I want to hear from you guys. I like talking to people in the comment section, seeing what they have to say. So with that said, I will talk to you guys in the next video. Hopefully a better result than this one. Let's go Devils. That ain't ever changing. Sean's out.